So I'll be doing a recap analysis of what happened on GBP USD last week from 19th, which is on Monday last week. So let's begin. So we are on Monday. The white part is Asian session, the green part is London session. This part right here is the overlap between London and New York session. This last part right here is New York session. So we are at London Open right here at this point. Let's mark that a high. We usually mark our structure on the 15-minute time frame. So let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. At that point, now that's our high. We mark second step. We mark our inducement at this point. There is our inducement. We mark our POI on the 1 hour, 2 hour, or 4 hour time frame. So let's use the 1 hour. Once inducement is taken out at this point, we mark our POI, which is our point of interest, where we are looking to taking a trade from. There is this first double marabuzo at this point, and then there is this second double marabuzo at this point. I've already recorded a video talking about and explaining how to validate a double marabuzo. If you have not seen it yet, reach out. It will be shared. So at this point, we didn't have a 1 hour rejection. So at this point, we'll not be looking for a trade. We find a very beautiful rejection of an engulfing candle at this second double marabuzo. So we go down to the 15-minute to look for our FVG. Let's go down to the 15 minutes to look for our FVG. Here we are at this point. This point we find our FVG at this point right here. Our FVG at that point. Let's change the color. Now our FVG will be that. Now this was our 1 hour double marabuzo, our 15-minute FVG. So we mark our GP. The GP we mark it on the 3-minute, on the 5-minute, 3-minute, or 1-minute time frame. So this point right here, let's look for our GP at this point. As you can see, we are not, it's not that clear, so we go down to the 1 minute to look for the GP. A minute. So let's delete this one. So let's look for the GP. We're looking for the GP. We'll find the GP at this point right here. At this point right here. Here we go. This is our GP at this point. At this point right here. We mark our GP at that point. At that point, let's mark it at that point. Yeah, there's our GP. Now we go to the 15-minute to wait for a rejection at the GP. As you can see, we've marked our GP at this point right here. As you can see, the market must reject from the GP for us to take a trade from the 15-minute FVG. As you can see, the market went up, but it did not reach the GP. So when the market comes to retest the FVG, we'll not be looking for a trade. because it has not reacted from the GP. So we wait. We go to the 1 hour and wait for price to continue forming and giving us a case. So here we are. We had a beautiful rejection. The market was supposed to come reject from this GP to retest this FVG for us to buy from this point, but it missed to retest this GP. So we'll not be looking for a trade at this point. Even you can see how this candle formed. This is very high momentum coming down. So we wait for price to continue forming. As you can see, price never closes below this point. It just wicks. You see, there is only wicks below this low. So that means price this POI has held price. As you can see, there is no candle closing below this double marabuzo. As you can see, it's only wicks. So once we get this strong engulfing candle right here, we go back to the 15-minute and wait for a retest at the GP, which is at this point. On the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame. As you can see, the market comes, rejects from the 1-minute GP, comes, retests the FVG at this point. The FVG was at this point. There is also a confluence of an engulfing candle at this point. Here is the engulfing candle. So this acts as extra confluence for this zone. So our trade would have been at this point, a long position at the retest. Stop loss below this low, give it a little room to breathe. We target the high at this point. That would have been a very beautiful trade. Then we continue marking our structure once this high is broken. So this becomes our high. This becomes our high. Now where is our inducement? Our inducement is at this point. Our most recent pullback is at this point. There is our inducement. Then we go to the 1 hour to mark our POI. To mark our POI. So we'll be marking this point right here. These are our POIs. Our immediate double marabuzo after the inducement is taken out is at this point. Let me change the colors. Let's put red for the POI. Was at that point. Second double marabuzo is at this point. And then, as you can see, when you see this point right here, this is an engulfing candle, which is a POI, which was if you have seen the previous video where I'm talking about blind spot, this will act as a blind spot right here, because it is a valid POI. Then it is violated by this strong wick. So this will also be our POI, our point of interest, where we'll be looking for our entries at that point. So basically we mark a POI, wait for a 1 hour rejection, then we look for our anti-model. Strategy is very simple. Our 1 hour rejections at this point, so we'll be looking for our FVG at 13. We go down to the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame, here is our FVG, our 15-minute FVG. at this point. There we go. Let's change the colors. There. Let's change the colors there. Then now we look for our GP on the 3-minute or 1-minute time frame. Let's mark our GP. We find our GP at this point. Sorry for the background noise, I'm outside. Here is our GP. We wait for market to reject from our GP, then retest at the 15-minute FVG. Then we buy from that point. Long position, it rejected from the GP. We wait for it to retest the 15-minute FVG. Our entry is at the retest. Our SL is right up below this low. The same model we used to trade this point is the same model as you see we are using to trade this point. So our TP is on this high right there. That would have been another beautiful trade. So we continue marking structure. So this becomes our high. This becomes our high. Where is our inducement? Our inducement is at this point. Our inducement is at this point. There is our inducement. We go to the 1 hour time frame. We mark our POI. We have this double marabuzo right here. Let's the POI, let it be red. There we go. As you can see, inducements taken out. We find our beautiful rejection. We go down to the 15-minute time frame. Where is our FVG? Our FVG will be at this point. FVG will be at this point right here. Our 15-minute FVG will be at this point. But as you know from the previous analysis, when we have multiple FVGs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these FVGs, we go to the 30-minute, and now we find a more valid FVG. Now we have this big FVG in 30-minute time frame. There we go. Once we find our FVG, we look for our GP. Our GP is on this leg. As you can see, this was our high. Inducement is taken out, tap into our POI, gave us a 1 hour rejection. We look for our GP on this leg. Our GP will be on this point right here. We are on the 3-minute time frame. Was this our GP here? Yeah. So this was our GP. There's a reason why a lot of people will see this as equal lows, but it's not equal. Let me zoom in. As you can see, this point right here, this point is lower than this one. So this means the market made a pullback here, gave us this head, was supposed to react from this but violated it. So we mark that as our GP. Our GP there. We mark that as our GP there. We mark that as our GP. As you can see, the market plays around before tapping into it. It taps into it during London Open. Taps into it, comes retests this 30-minute FVG. Now this would have been a very big stop loss. We would have had a very big stop loss at this point. But now, as if you have seen our past videos, you know that we would have used this as our propulsion block, but this would have been a propulsion block because it came, broke these highs. That means at this point market was propelled to break these highs, but to be on the safe side, this will have been a very risky trade, long position. Our entry would have been at that point, our stop loss below this low, just to be safe. We will be targeting these highs, but now these would have been a very risky trade because the SL is too big. So if you are not comfortable taking a trade with such a big SL, you would have just left it. So that's it. And this is how the strategy looks like. When I say we have a working strategy, this is what I mean.